Hello friends, James Stevenson here with a video about TSLAQ freaking out over the status update on the Tesla Optimus bot program. Tesla just released a video on X showing that they're making some progress with that bot being able to perform some simple tasks. And TSLAQ lost their minds over it. This happens every so often. So it happened when Model 3 started being produced. It happened when Tesla built the GA3 assembly line, the sprung structure. It happened when Tesla broke ground at Giga Shanghai. TSLAQ said that would never happen, and that there was no demand in China, so it wouldn't make sense to build a factory there, and it would take years to build, right? And once they started making the cars, nobody would want them. It happened when Tesla released the Model Y, and they said the Model Y was fake, and that nobody would want to buy one, and that it was ugly, and that it was just a Model 3 that was modified, and that even if they could sell them, it would be 100% cannibalization from Model 3, etc., right? So we are now privileged to see yet another TSLAQ freakout, and I, your humble host, am here to document it, along with my co-host, Loki. Let me move this camera a little bit closer. I think Loki's going to wait a little longer before he eats his breakfast this morning. I've offered it to him, but he's not interested yet. If he does come over and eat, I'll move the Loki cam so that you'll be able to keep track of that here. So I've taken the liberty of preparing a PowerPoint presentation that I've titled Pinky Power, the TSLAQ Freakout over the Tesla bot video. And I'll just walk you through the agenda really fast so you know what's going to happen in this video. First, I'll show you the video Tesla released. Then I'll show you how Fly4Dat, longtime Tesla hater, short seller, and troll, reacted to it. And then I'll explain Pinky Power. And then I'll show you all of TSLAQ's various reactions. And there's not agreement in the TSLAQ community about how they should react to the video. Okay, so I'm going to bring up, firstly, the Tesla Optimus bot. There it is. Tesla Optimus is an account you can follow. This is an official Tesla account. You can tell by the badge here, at Tesla_Optimus. And here is the video that we're talking about. Yeah, you can see that okay. So this is just a Tesla Optimus bot. I'm not going to show you the entire video, but I will show you just the bot sorting out blocks. This seems to be the key point of contention, is the portion of the video where the bot is sorting out blocks, right? Alright, so there's that. The next thing I want to show you is how Fly4Dat reacted to this video. Now this flies in the face of his position that Tesla is a fraud, that they're just faking everything, right? So he needs to say that it's a fake video. So he watched it at 25% speed and found a moment at 40 seconds into the video that he doesn't understand and has concluded that it's fraud. Let's watch that clip. I'm going to mute that audio because it's super annoying. Okay, so what do we see here? We see his point of contention is that this other block that's already in the tray is moving. He thinks it's moving on its own, as though being pulled by magnets, or as though it was animated that way by CGI, right? So what's actually happening? Well, the first time the block moves, it's because this other blue block bumps into it. So that's the first thing. The second thing that happens is that this pinky appendage on the Optimus bot here lands on top of the block. So as the top of the pinky sets down its weight on the block, the movement of the hand draws it back. And then at the very end of the video, it moves again just a little bit as the pinky flicks. You can see the pinky extend at the end of the video. Everybody pointed this out to Fly4Dat. He doesn't believe it. He doesn't think the pinky could draw the block closer to the bot because he hasn't considered the possibility that what isn't seen from this angle is the top of that pinky finger landing on the block and then dragging it back, right? Maybe he doesn't have a lot of experience moving things with his pinky. It's an obvious choice for a robot, though, because the pinky finger is the one closest to the block that you want to move out of the way, right? So that's the one you would use to drag it so that you can drop your other block in the tray, which is what we see. Right? So that's what's going on there. Let's return to the PowerPoint presentation. Now that I have explained what you're looking at, and show you it's fake. It's fake is the first take from TSLAQ. Clearly, this can't be real. There's no way Tesla has a bot that can do this, right? The yellow arrow up here I'm using to point out who is retweeting people, even if they aren't composing posts of their own to say that the Tesla bot is fake. They are retweeting other people, endorsing the view of Fly4Dat here, that Tesla has invented horizontal gravity, and that's fake. So John Hanna replied here, the pinky that is partially hidden is bumping it over, which is true. And Fly4Dat says, also pulling it by pushing. So a lot of people in the comments told him it's the pinky finger, dummy. And he thinks that if it were the pinky finger, it would only be able to move it in one direction, the direction that you see last, but not the direction that you see in the beginning or in the middle. Well, the first movement is getting bumped by the other blue block being held in the hand, and the second movement is it being dragged back by the tip of that pinky finger, and the last movement is the flick of the finger. All right, so we've explained it to Fly4Dat now. Let's see how many other gullible rubes in the TSLAQ community agree with Fly4Dat that it's a fake video. After we see one, he did retweet himself a few times, replying here to Unusual Whales, who I guess was just retweeting the video from Tesla, saying, I can't wait to see what you'll tweet when this fraud goes down. So Tesla's a fraud, top to bottom. They don't make any real products. All the financials are fake, right? That's what you'll hear from Fly4Dat, who has been predicting no growth in Tesla sales for the past 5 years. And every year Tesla grows and makes him dig his heels in further as he moves the goalposts. Probably nothing, as this site will go down with it, meaning X. So Fly4Dat thinks that not only will Tesla go bankrupt, not only is Tesla a zero, X is also a zero and will also go bankrupt. And so will Elon Musk. The world's richest person is going to go bankrupt, along with X and Tesla. That's what Fly4Dat believes. Here's another one from Fly4Dat saying, look at 40 to 42 seconds into the video. What a poor CGI. So the video isn't a real video of a real robot. It's 100% CGI work being done in the video. Here's one somebody tipped me off to from an account that blocks me, longtime Tesla hater and TSLAQ Generalissimo, B. Graham Disciple, retweeted Fly4Dat saying, here is clear and convincing evidence that Tesla faked this robot video. I wonder if any reporters or prosecutors will notice. It's so obviously fake. Reporters and prosecutors should use this video as evidence in court that Tesla faked it. Here's one from Emperors Without Clothes at Clothes Tesla. Pretty sure this is securities fraud. Okay, so the Securities and Exchange Commission should do an investigation on the strength of the evidence shown in this video. There's no way that other blue block could have been moving around that way. It has to be fake, right? It's got to be CGI. Or it could be magnets. Here's one from Seth at Seth1620. He doesn't know what he believes. He might think it's magnets, or he might think it's CGI. But if it was CGI, why make that mistake? Gee, that brings up a good point. So when you make CGI, as Pixar does, they'll tell you you get nothing for free. Nothing for free. So if you shoot a live-action movie, you go on location to New Zealand or whatever, and you get majestic snow-capped mountains in the back for free. You don't have to do anything, right? You just show up at the location, and all that stuff comes into the lens, and you can monetize it in your movie, right? When you make a computer-generated film, nothing happens by accident. You have to purposefully plan all of it, right? So why would the animator of a CGI film make the blocks move without showing that it's the robot moving them, right? It doesn't make sense. There's no reason you would animate CGI to have blocks moving around on their own if you wanted to convince people that it was real, right? If you were trying to make a photorealistic video that would pass as though it was live action, why would you choose to have a blue block in the tray moving by itself? You wouldn't, right? You would just have it be a little bit farther over, or you would have it more obvious that it's the bot's hand that was moving it, right? Here's the replies to that post we just saw. I know it makes me sound like a crazy person, says 317 Indy 1, but SpaceX is faking many of their rocket landing videos as well. This company is a fraud on many, many levels. Okay, so yeah, not only is Tesla a fraud, SpaceX is also a fraud, and their rocket landing videos are also CGI. Even though independent news agencies with telephoto lenses on their cameras are also recording the live landings at Kennedy Space Center, it's all CGI, it's all fake, it's all fraud, says 317 Indy 1. Man, when you start falling down the conspiracy rabbit hole, it's a long way down. Here's one from Sabretooth. Apart from everything noted yesterday, there is so much to say about this video. From the obvious to the sneaky to the subtle. For example, the claim is that robots sort on color, but clearly the green and blue blocks have very different shapes as well. Okay, so it's no kind of an accomplishment at all if Tesla can make a robot that can sort based on shape, only if it can sort based on color, which your camera is giving you for free. You can pull the pixel color values for free out of your video if you whatever. These guys, man, I actually think it might backfire on them this time. Usually these pumps work, but the timing here seems desperate, and the video so unconvincing to anyone but a true believer cultist. It's a totally unconvincing video. Obviously it's fake, he says. We'll see when the market opens. Here's another one from TSLAQ that John Bryant reposted. John Bryant didn't leave his own caption, but he did endorse the views expressed by TSLAQ here without comment. TSLAQ saying, Musk is so unhinged and #Tesla is such a sycophant factory that he might not even realize how terrible this video is, or the lengths his employees, who are afraid to tell him the truth, had to go to doctor it. Alright, it's a doctored video, obviously. Clearly it's a doctored, fake, terrible video. Here's another one from TSLAQ. Why not just disclose the blocks are magnetic? He's back to his magnetism theory again. Because the dexterity is still in beta, if the rest of the claims are true, then it would still represent decent progress. They also obfuscate the 1.5x speed disclaimer by showing it very briefly at the same time as other text. Oh yeah, it's really suspicious how they didn't leave up the 1.5x speed disclaimer for very long. They just wanted people to not get bored watching the video when the bot moves slowly in real time, right? So they sped it up a little bit, and they told us, and you can see the humans moving around at 1.5x speed as well. They're not trying to hide that it was 1.5x if they added the caption to the video saying so. Here's one from John Engel that was retweeted by Rob Forth at Rob Inivsky on X. John Engel, I haven't played the Who's Hating Hard on Tesla Today sizzle yet, but John Engel was the first ever hater featured in Who's Hating Hard on Tesla Today. You can go watch all of those videos. I have a playlist of all of my Who's Hating Hard on Tesla Today videos, so if you're ever real bored, you can watch all of them. That first video was about him saying that Tesla had flopped with its first mass market product, that the Model 3 was never going to sell very well. Tesla was going to have trouble selling more than a few thousand per year. Imagine if #Tesla spent as much time developing real products as it does rendering fake ones. Okay, so John is on board with the CGI theory here. It's not a real video, it's computer graphics. Let me click over here and do this the right way. There we go. Here's one from Kakari Zirkhorn at 2 weeks probably. If hashtag Tesla bot was real, at Elon Musk would have put on an event, or at the very least done a live stream on his failing platform. Musk and Tesla have never passed up a chance to pump the meme stock with an event. Regardless how poor it may be, it's that simple. Hashtag TSLAQ. From Kakari Zirkhorn, TSLAQ member in good standing. Here's one from Mr. Bra Investor, which is always how I will refer to him, even though he's pleading with me to pronounce it Brainvestor in his description and with the brain shown in his profile pic. Nice stop-motion videos. Okay, so Mr. Bra Investor has come up with yet another theory. It's not magnets and it's not CGI. It's stop-motion. Okay, so Tesla released a 2-minute long video at 30 frames per second where every single frame was done Peter Gabriel sledgehammer style. 30 frames per second of a human being going in and adjusting a mannequin to make it look like it was lifting and moving blocks. Extremely convincingly, right? Like very, very smoothly done. So great work from Tesla doing, how many thousands of single frames would that be? A whole lot, right? Great use of research and development time and expense there, making a stop-motion video. Here's one from Tesla Ingame at YammerTime01, calling fake news on this video editing and manipulation, is what Tesla Ingame says. Ricky at PX_last says short this fraud to zero, hashtag TSLA. So same as Fly4Dat has been shorting Tesla since mid-2019, at least, probably longer than that. But we still know from his old tweets that are still up. A lot of people would have deleted them, but to his credit, Fly4Dat has still not deleted all the old tweets bragging about how well he was doing shorting Tesla in mid-2019. Here's one from Blue Chip at blue_chip1. Had to rewatch it live to believe it. At 2 occasions, the cubes move laterally for no physical reason other than deep fake. So another CGI believer here. Is the account an official Tesla account? More lawsuits coming. This is how gullible the TSLAQ community can be. They're just all buying this little clip Fly4Dat took just when one of the blocks in the tray moves around. Everybody believes him that it's fake. Oh, come on, at Bluth Capital agreeing. The earlier video was faked as well. Things moved around, desks weren't in the same place as the camera angle switched. Even the real-time video was sped up, which is obvious because the human moves jerky and fast. Well, which one is it? Is it deception or is it obvious that it's fake? Every demo video the company has done is fake, really. All right, it's all fake. Definitely fake. Anyone can see this is a fake video. And that's the end of the fake video takes from TSLAQ that I have taken. So you don't have to go crawling through the mud of Shortville looking for these takes yourself. I, dear viewer, have gone to all that trouble for you. Okay, now we have some that say, as usual, it's just a pump. So here's one from AI Addict. Now, AI Addict is the least offensive member of TSLAQ that you'll see in this video, but I gotta say they're a member of TSLAQ. This is a former Tesla employee, and it's someone who drives a Tesla daily. So the most benign of the TSLAQ members shown in this video, but look at him retweeting TSLAQ down here. I had to put that in here so I don't get anybody in the replies saying, hey, AI Addict 1 is a bull. Well, you're not a bull if you retweet TSLAQ saying, I think we can all agree only Musk simps and hashtag Tesla stands haven't figured out yet that most everything Elon Musk says is a lie. If anything, Elon is truthful to a fault, saying, being honest when perhaps honesty isn't the most practical approach. All right, so what did AI Addict say? I hate to say it, but I think this is another attempt to pump the stock. As usual, it's just a pump. And then there's a conspiracy theory here. Internal employees on this project shared stories with me regarding Tesla bot, including. So you got to take AI Addict 1, anonymous account's word for it. Majority of the time, humans wirelessly control/train the bot with VR goggles and a remote control. Well, it's fine to train a bot using VR goggles, right? That's not what's in the video, though. Its neural network is trained fully end-to-end, video in, controls out. It would be fraudulent if Tesla was remote controlling this bot for this video and then claiming something different. Optimus can now sort objects autonomously. It's a pretty big accusation if he's saying that the remote control was used in the video and not just to do the neural net training portion. Additional stories include a cable being dangled from the roof attached to the bot to support it, as oftentimes the bot was only capable of picking up a small apple several times before falling over. It threw me that the apple was capitalized over here. But this one isn't an accusation of fraud at all. This is just a practical consideration. If you've got a bot that you haven't trained to walk very well yet, yeah, you would support it with a tether. I think we saw it in the demo video that they had a tether on the robot to prevent it from damaging itself if it fell over, right? I mean, when you're trying to train a bot to walk, every company that has tried to train a robot to walk has had it fall over a lot, right? So it's just a smart precaution to tether that bot to the ceiling so that it won't damage itself and then cause a bunch of unnecessary work repairing it from the fall. It might be capable of doing the actions represented in this video. Okay, so it might be real. It's not a fake video. It's just a pump. However, my internal sources say to remain skeptical, as the tasks were probably filmed in short bursts, sped up, stitched together, and/or had a human operating it off camera. Yeah, Tesla didn't present it as though it was one long, continuous cut, right? It could have been a bunch of different clips taken at a bunch of different times and then edited together. That's not fraud, and it's not fake. So AI Addict isn't claiming that it's fake, just claiming there's more to it than meets the eye. Here's one from Roland at Steel Nicho. Optimus is just an attempt to pivot narratives and try to save the stock. It's just a pump, and that's all it is. Here's one from Tesla Polls. Reposted by Tesla Polls, humorously. Car sale must be awful. Hashtag Tesla, hashtag Tesla. Here comes the Optimus pump again. Just a pump. Okay, and then the last set of takes from TSLAQ. Of course it's real. It's easy. So let's see some of those. Here's one from DIP Harambe at Boy2000Fan. Far out in the future, Honda was doing this 20 plus years ago. LMAO. Yeah, with the Osimo robot that had a pre-programmed set of movements in its actuators so that it could walk out onto the stage, turn to the audience and wave, and do some other stuff, right? That engineers had just spent tons of time pre-programming. That was the Osimo robot. By the way, how many of those is Honda selling these days? Do you have an Osimo robot at your house that does your dishes for you? DIP Harambe. Here's one from Political Reality at PolitiReality, longtime Tesla hater. Not that long time, maybe just a couple of years. Changes their profile pic a lot. It hasn't been the 16-bit video game luchador that long. If anybody knows where this image comes from, let me know. I can't place it. This, who think Tesla is remotely anywhere with bots. Watch this Boston Dynamics video from 2 years ago, and because they build them for the military, you're only seeing a fraction of the capability they have today. I just found it humorous that after being edited, there was still a typo in the first word of this post. So of course it's real. It's easy. Anybody can make a video that does this. It's obviously not a fake video. Wires crossed on some of the TSLAQ members who did not read their talking points memo for this week that they were supposed to say that it's a fake video. Here's one Motorhead retweeted, Motorhead Brad Munkin, or the fraud, posing under the fake name Brad Munkin, retweeted Greg at GS_CapSF. This is a prime example of cultists fawning over something they know nothing about. There's literally robots doing backflips and firing M4 assault rifles, and sorting blocks is somehow a breakthrough? This is a prehistoric technology, and Tesla is years behind the competition. So this video isn't fake, it's not CGI, it's not magnets, it's not trickery, it's not remote control. It's obviously real, and it's unimpressive, because anybody can do it. That's the last take from TSLAQ. So with that, we'll check back in with Loki, who is still snoozing. And I'll say, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like on whatever video platform you're watching this, whether that's Patreon or X or YouTube, where you can join, as my executive producers did, Kathy Kitchler and Rebellionaire.com. Thank you very much. Or you can just subscribe to me if you're watching this on YouTube for free right there. And I'll see you in the next one.